Hi Flosstube! I'm back here today with Flosstube number 8. We have today the 12th of October 2024. I had a great stitching week. It also means I have a lot to show. 28 whips were I stitched on, without the whips from my plans for next week. Also, it is a bit different this week because I changed places. Normally I sit on my couch, but now I can't because I have back pain. And so you also can see now my supermarket of whips. Also new this week is my daughter is here. She's hidden there, but she's coloring. So maybe you can hear her coloring. No problem. First of all, I will, and my name is Siske Stitches, if you don't know that already. Here on the channel, plus on Instagram and on Facebook. Also, I want to start with a fully finished object. I had shown this one in my finish parade, but then it wasn't fully finished. So now I will show you that one first, so it is safe. It's this one for my youngest son. He was asking about it a lot and now it's finally framed. It was a kit from Waco. It's a Disney kit. I don't remember the title and I don't know if it's still available. And the fabric was in the kit. It's an Ada fabric. So yeah, he will be happy that it can hang in his room now. I fully finished it yesterday and he was like, oh, can I hang it now already? And I said, no, you have to wait until I have showed it on Flosstube. Yeah, and as my daughter's here, I can shuffle everything to her. So she will put it for me in the bin or in the other side of the closet. First of all, now we will start with the weekly acrostic. The weekly acrostic for, my board is there. So if you see me look up, it's because my numbers are there. The weekly acrostic for this week was perfect. And I will start with the letter P. I had this one, Wildlife of Predator. It's a Luca S kit. It has 65 colors and it is on 16 count Ada. How do I do my weekly acrostics? I link with the first letter of any word in the title, the first letter of any names of the designer, of the first letter of an object in the whip. And this was the P for Predator in the title. And I didn't want to stitch the white this time, so I continued and found his ear. Here. And the light here is much better than on the other side of the living room. Yes, it's my living room. This closet is in my living room. See how beautiful. Also, I wanted to mention something about my parking. That I do the parking method, but I learned it from Karen, the needlebug. She has also a Flosstube channel. So if you want to learn parking and diagonal or just parking with the cross country, I think you should visit her channel and watch her videos. So yeah, Then you will learn as me how to park. It's clearly explained. She has multiple videos about it. And I will write down, I need to tag her too in my video, in the description box. So, Karen. She's a great teacher for stitching stuff. She has also a video about how to start and end your thread in the front of your whip. So if you are struggling with that with 1 or 2 threads, you can check that out too. She's great. Then I have for the E, the eagle. It's object this time. It's a kit from Body Threads and it's called Flight of Freedom. And this one was a horror whip this week. I lost my threads and then I fell and that's why my back is hurting. So yeah, all because of these threads. And they were in another whip. In another bag of a whip. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Oh, I did 300 stitches on Wildlife of Predator. This week I tried to do the stitch counts I was supposed to and not to go over it. Because normally I always go over it and then I can't do everything I need to do. So I learned, you have to stick, no, not to stick. You have to stick with your stitch count and then it will work. So this is 14 count Ada, I think it was. Yeah, it's speckled as usual from Body Threads. And I added 300 stitches too. I have no percentages of this because, oh I do. This is not on paper, I have it scanned. But it doesn't matter because Pattern Keeper sees it as a full coverage and it isn't. So even if I give you a percentage, it isn't correct. Because he counts all the grids. So 300 stitches. And that was mostly here and then I went up to the top. To his wing. But if you look here, it's the highest wing, not the lowest. Yeah. So, that was that. Then, I will put first the floss back, before I lose it again. Yeah, zippers you will hear also. Then we have the R, and I used it for Randall Spangler, the whip for my oldest son, the supersized Max color. Last week I changed it, so the 3 whips for my children are in the weekly acrostic, and that helped because they are all 3 stitched. I have stitched on all 3 this week, and it wasn't something I had to do extra, otherwise I couldn't stitch on them. So they keep in the, they will stay in the acrostic. So they have each week at a minimum progress of 300 stitches. In a month, it means 1200 stitches, and that's enough for now. That is more than 12,000 stitches on a year, so they will keep growing. Maybe not as fast as others, but okay, they grow. So, cruising on the information highway. Supersize Max color, it's this one. Can you see? Yeah, that's better. It's on 25 count Ada, not Ada, even weave. 1/1 for cross, and it's with Royal Broderie floss. Where did I stitch? Also new this week is I'm filming with my husband's phone, so maybe I can put in the start photos. I have them ready. I was going to show you, but yeah, I forgot. So this is 305 stitches for this week. It was mostly here stitched. Yeah, green grass. Maybe I can show you on my phone. Maybe. Yeah. That's be even better. See? On top where I was. Maybe I will put it here. Now is the ring light. Yeah. Where it was. That works even. So that one is for you. Ow. Then we have, is it Friday yet? It was a new start. The one who looks like my daughter in the morning. Yes, you can laugh. I will first show you the other starts. This was the eagle. So you see it was here on top added. Well, predator. It was only white. Not much to see, so then you saw the ear coming. Is it? See? You even don't see it. It was only white. So then that is up to date. Yes, so we can continue it. Is it Friday yet? It was a new start. It's a chart from Cross Stitch for Everyone. And it's the artist is Richter. It's this one. In Stitches with Ebony is stitching this one too. She enabled me. And this is my daughter in the morning. Yeah. She has you would say she needs coffee in the morning, but no, she doesn't drink it yet. So yeah. It's like she's tired and she don't want to get up. So this is her. Yes, she's nothing. Yes, it's true. The color is gray or blue. Gray. She's not colorblind like me, so she knows better. I added 300 stitches. It's 25 count, 1/1, full cross, and Lucana. It's the right top corner. Yeah. You would say it isn't a lot, but you need to start to get it finished. So it started now. And I used the new pen. Bettina said you have to buy these pens. They are better. These are better than the friction pens, and it was from Amazon. I will put the link also in the description box if you want to try these out. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can get. Is it a needle? A needle. Put it on the needle minder, please. Yeah, it's strange, yeah? If you normally talk Dutch to each other and now I have to say it in English. Or doe je wat? Wil jij een keer die stift nemen? Van die 4 in dat pakje. she will take the marker or the stift. It's per 4. You can buy them per 4 pieces. It's these. And they are not air drying. I had pens before and I quitted everything, and after 30 minutes everything was gone. These are water erasable, not air erasable. And it works. So I will remember to put the link in the description box, and hopefully, because mine is on, it was from the German Amazon. I ordered this one. So you will see what you have to look for. See, it's even in German here. Ah, Shadow. Here is Shadow. Heb je komen? Shadow? Misschien. Maybe he comes. Ja. Kom eens hier. You didn't see him yet. This is Shadow. Look. Oh. And you hear Strapia. She's always like talking. No. So I need to write down, I add the link to Amazon, because I will forget. Link Amazon marker. Yeah. So that was this one. Then we have Witchwood Express. It's in Heaven and Earth Designs chart done from DMS Crafty Vortex is stitching this one. I don't remember it's the regular or the max color, and I think Catherine stitches. She's new on Flosstube. She has bought this chart in the sale, and she will start it too. Yeah, so if you want to watch Catherine stitches, she stitches for coverage, fancy ladies, a bit of everything. She's great to watch, so check her out too. I need to write it down because I will forget who I talked about. So this is a chart. Mine is Max Colors. Yeah. And the start photo. Do I have it here? Yeah, you need to have a drink because it will be a long video again. Don't laugh. And no photo. Why? Ah, it was just a small corner. Maybe that was. Ah, I have it. I have it. This was the start photo. Just the corner. Right top corner. It's 25 count even weave, just white, and I added 300 stitches. My acrostic is always 300 stitches. Yeah, it's a big piece. I will fold it so it's a bit easier to show. So now it's 635 stitches and percentages is 0.13. Yeah. But the colors look great. See? Yeah. I'm happy with that. So also in my acrostic, I'm trying to have 4 full coverages. 3 of them are these of my children. They're SSMCs, Super Size Max Colors. 1 of my new starts column. one of my full coverage kits and one from my non-full coverages. Why? Because I always would only stitch on my full coverage, and that's not the best way. So I'm trying to get more progress on that in that way. Then coloring book afternoon. My daughter's with, and as she loves coloring, she was coloring too now. So this is a super-sized Max Color coloring book afternoon, authored by Amy Stewart, and I put it for the coloring. Yeah, it's an awesome piece. I'm stitching this on 28 count, even weave, easy grit, but you have to know, if you want to stitch this part only with the pencil case is 4 pages. Yeah, then you are tired of pencils. And the start photo is here. I started with 18,930 stitches. So I will try to put it next so you can see it, but maybe it's not the best way. So this is where I was, and I was stitching this in the diagonal, and now I finished that diagonal here of the pencils, and I work this way up for these blocks. More the filling of the page. So from stopped the diagonal here, and I went a bit of royal rose method, but cross country royal rose. Yeah. And the colors look great on my husband's phone. Yeah, I tried to film with his phone because I each week have problems to get it from my phone uploaded on my phone, so I can upload it on Flosstube each week, and it takes hours and hours, and still it doesn't work. So now we said we will try it with his phone. Then I have the T for ticket from Night at the Circus. No, my phone is... the percentage of coloring book is now 2.70, and it has 19,230 stitches. So next was Night at the Circus. It's this one. And the photo. Also Amy Stewart, super size Max Color. Yeah. And 25 count even weave, easy grit, 1/1 full cross. If you already know me, you will know I don't stitch 10 stitch or half stitch, only when I have to. So not for my full coverages. This was the start photo, 29,180 stitches. See here, and this is almost the page finish. And now I am here. This one is heavy, so I filled in here 300 stitches. Yeah, trying for another page finish. And now again, putting it back here. This is their spot. Yeah. So that was this week's weekly acrostic. Then we will start with the temperature treasures. I will move these first. These are for later on. Ow, ow, ow. Oh no. The book. Yeah, the order. I changed temperature treasures like Jen the Caffeinated Crafter does. So I picked only the ending number of my highest temperature of the day. You call it a digit, isn't it? An ending digit. So like, let's say it was 19 degrees, then I had to stitch 100 stitches on the 9 whip. The first one, the 0, wasn't this week popped up. It wasn't called. The 1, also not. The 2, I will show you them, but there's no progress because they weren't called. First was Hope Sky. They are playing. So this was the 0, but it's not started yet because it wasn't called. From Cottage Garden Samplings. Then I had a list here. It was Little Bit Soda Stitch. It wasn't called. Also, Ella! Hope! It's from Soda Stitch. It was this one. Also not called. Pity. The 2 was Halloween Girl. Also not called. That is her. She still needs fabric. Yeah, she's laughing at me because she needs to pick it. Then 3 was called one time for this week. The Witch Cat. And today also. So it needs still stitches for today. It's from Body Threads. And the artist is Hannah Dale. Yeah. Oh. It was a new start. So no before photo. Now I'm thinking. Oh, all the papers. I have to stitch it from paper, so that's more difficult. And like I thought, it is this way. There's 105, yeah, 105 stitches in gray. And for today, it will get again 100 stitches because it was 13. So this one I will put there on my stitching spot. Thank you. No. Aan mijn zetel. In het vakje. Ja, dank u. Oh, waar is mijn list? Ik denk dat mijn lijst nog in de zak zit. En bij die papieren. Met die vakjes. Ja. The next one is best treat of all. It was one time called for the number 4. Also, nee. er is nog één. Die moest ik ook hebben. Hannah Dale, artist. And it was one time called. Also on 16 count speckled Ada. I have a, yeah, it was this one. This was the before photo. Oh yeah, and I had to solve an issue because here I had a counting mistake in that line on the right side. So I had to frog them. Yeah, but it's now fixed. And this is where I am now, and I added 104 stitches. I'm not counting the ones I frogged and restitched. It was 104 new stitches. So all this. Yeah. That was number 4. Isn't it? Yes. 5 we didn't had this week. Petty, it's a beautiful one. Five was Mysterious Place from MP Studio. It's this one, but it hasn't got progress. Ga ze een bordje geven. The dogs are playing and my daughter will give them their treat. Yeah, so they are silent. So then we have All Hallows Party. The shoe of multi-threads. I had worked on this week. 101 time. It's this one, and artwork is by Sally King. I swapped the fabric to Everweave. Do I have a start photo? Also, what I saw this week, I didn't post anything on Instagram on purpose. And then I saw how much time I lose with posting there. This was my starting photo of the witch, the flying witch here. And I added 100 stitches. Yeah, 100 stitches. So now she looks like this. Yeah, she's fun. She's fun to stitch. Yeah. Wait, if she's done with her stitching, I probably need to do her back stitching, and that isn't fun. But we have to, so we will do it. That was number 6. Now we have 7. Halloween Siberian cat. This one I didn't stitch on. It's from Artisy. Charted by Tarina Clark. And it was called 2 times this week. Yeah, she has now 400 stitches. And the start photo is she here or not? Yeah. This was the start photo. Just 2 blocks. And it's on 25 count Everweave 1/1 full cross with a broderie floss. And now we have this. And today I realized when I was making a spreadsheet in Excel that I have to stitch 10,000 stitches if I do 1,000 stitches on each of these 10 whips. That's a lot. But okay, we won't think about that and just keep going. It's fun to do. It's every time I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do and check the weather app to see what digit I have to do that day. Then I have forest animals. It was a new start and it was called. It got $100 stitches, I think. Isn't it here? Did I forget one? No, it's here. 100 stitches. It's a Luca S kit. 16 count Ada as a fabric and 57 colors. It's this one. And I started in the middle of the fox. It's gorgeous. The colors are beautiful too. And I think it was this way. Just the middle. Not much to see yet, but yeah, the colors are great. Oh ja. Dat is het midden van de vos. So the closest one to get replaced is Halloween Siberian Cat. If I will replace it, I'm not certain. I will. Maybe I keep going for a second round with that too, depending on my mood. And then the last one is Birdstone October. It was called for one day. And 100 stitches, I think. Yeah, 100 stitches. It's from Soda Stitch. It's a girl. It's this one for October. And I worked on her dress. Now thinking again. It was this way. Yeah, it's on 32 count even weave 2/2 with wool body floss. And this was mostly purple. Yeah, different shades. Yeah, I have made a working copy from that one. So these are all my temperature treasures for this week. Now I will put them back. And order a bit. Yeah. So we have seen these. Then the next part is, I will show you my sheet first. So I just listed them up and did 10 blocks of 100 stitches and I colored them in. These orange is from last week and the pink or red? Pink. And the pink is for this week. Yeah. So when this is full, I have stitched 10,000 stitches. That is crazy. Yeah. So I will put that here. Crazy. Then memory or Monopoly. Yeah, I think I will continue with memory. Memory is a game I play with other stitching friends in my group, Siske Stitches on Facebook. If you want to play along, you still can. You have to join the Facebook group. And then you can just jump in. You don't have to catch up or anything. Just jump in and start stitching. It doesn't matter. It's just for fun. Every morning I plan those posts because I normally stitch late and then I'm not awake. So every morning there's a post up, and that is the card for the day. The first card of a set is 100 stitches, and the second card, the pair, is 200 stitches. We started with 9 pairs. Now, when there is a set, a pair of a set, like the penguins had a set and they changed to a cat. So the cards go out but get replaced with another one, because I had the request to add more cards so they don't have to see the same card each time again. So I'm doing that now. Another option was to add more whips, but then it was the purpose gone, so I kept it now like this. Maybe the next time when we are finished we can add more whips. I start with like 5 whips, and every time there's a new one we add more, or we do a full set of 32 whips immediately. But then with that I wanted the 9 pairs because these are my whips I have issues with, my struggle box whips, let's say. And if you do 32 whips, you have a long list. That's the first one. Or I have to repeat some. Because now with my 9 whips, they repeat, but I have more progress on them because I don't change my whips. Others can change. So every time when it's a pair of a set, they can opt to change their whip. But I don't do that. I was looking for the board now. So this is how it looks on the group. And you can see here, like the lioness and the cup change to the seal. And the ones with only one photo, like the 2 lamps here, here, they didn't get the second card yet. So I'm trying to keep up with what changes and what, and it's more difficult now, but okay. It goes as it goes. I will show them in no order because I have them listed, but it's more difficult to find them. So, first that box. Oh, and I forgot this one. Oh, stop. First this, then memory. For acrostic, I forget to show my jigsaw pieces. It was 7 pieces from the acrostic and 1 bonus piece because I finished the whole road this week. Yeah, so now I have 46 pieces completed. And this was the photo of the puzzle. If you are new and you are thinking, why I show you this? This is my tracking of the jigsaw pieces, and when I have all the 99 pieces, you can read it, then I do a giveaway of a chart. It's a chart from Paint Free Crafts or the Acrostic Studio. So I still have a long bit to go, but I opt to do this because we will have more frequently a chart than if you have to wait for a subscribers number. The photo now looks like this. The border was done. So yeah, it's growing. We are getting there. That was done. So now back to memory. Yes. Then we have still this one. The first one I see is Rainbow Tiger. The one I had last week. A page finish on. And it was for not a set, the first card I think. Rainbow Tiger is a seal. Yeah, it was the first one. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. And artwork is by Jan Patrick Krasny. Yeah, I have a start photo. I will close up a bit because I started the next page up and I'm filling in here on top the blues. Maybe I can put it next. Not really, but okay. Then I will just show you. I filled in here. Yeah. It's 20 count Ada 2/1 with DMC floss. And the numbers for this one. It's 82,940 stitches. I added 101 stitches this week because I didn't like the 39 at the end. And the number of percentage, where is it? 23.79%. Yeah. It is awesome. And now again, I have the page finish and I struggle with it. The blues and the greens on top. So it's really a struggle, but again, I love the tiger part more. I need to drink a bit. Then this one, Magic Forest. Another struggle one. Do I have a picture? I need to show you it on my tablet. This is from Heaven Earth Design, supersized max color, Magic Forest. Oh, yeah, the glare. It's a gorgeous piece. And the artwork is from Ciro Marchetti, I don't know. 25 count even weave, 1/1, full cross. The starting photo. $12,610 stitches. That was this. So then I don't have to edit it. You see it now. And now, how much did I add? 100 stitches, 12,710, 1.78%. And yeah, it's a lot of fabric. It's this way. I worked here in the papa. Tante. Het zijn de rare mannen. Ga hem roepen? Ah, that was the bell. The doorbell. So I added here in the tail of the squirrel. I'm trying to fill these gaps in. So yeah, I had a long struggle with the greens of the forest, but it's okay now. The squirrel is okay. Yeah, it's in a bag of a cushion. So that was that one. Yeah, and my shirt is not nice. Then 360 degrees of cats and dogs. That is my card of the rhino, and now it's changed to the Labrador pup. This is charted by Paint Free Crafts and charted by Sarah, of course. The artist is Adrian Chesterman and it's retired. Yeah, it's a kit, so it's stitched on 25 count. Weave. It was gridded, but I had to wash it, so not really gridded anymore. And it's with DMC floss, because it is a kit. The start photo. It was 28,126 stitches, and I'm trying to get a page finish on top. So this was the start, with the blue on next to the flower. And now, how much did I add? 100 stitches? I saw a lot, I don't remember. No, it was even 200 stitches. It was a set, because it changed, of course. So 200 stitches, and on the photo you saw this, so all this was added new. Yeah, it looks great. It's one of my favorite whips. I love all my whips, but I love to stitch on this. This isn't a punishment. Nee. Or there. Can you reach it? The next one is Once Upon a Fairy Tale from Amy Stewart. Supersize max color. It's this one, a famous one. Charted by Heaven Designs. I have stitched 108 stitches for it this week, and it has now 14,880 stitches and 2.09%. I'm stitching this on 25 count even weave easy grit with the World Broderie floss and my start photo maybe. I keep forgetting that. Not here. And now I don't find it. When did I stitch on it? Do I know that? Once Upon a Fairy Tale. And the 6th, so Sunday. This was first. Yeah, found it. This was my start photo. On the bottom, I'm stitching on the bottom of this page, trying for another page finish. So the start was 14,562 and I added 108, so it's now 14,880. Oh wait, was it 200 stitches? No, this was a start photo. It was 100 stitches. This was a start photo. I was wrong. They're next to each other. But still, it's on the bottom of the shelf. So 108 stitches. So now it's for... See? Here it's grown. The full size. Yeah. Maybe next week it will be a page finish. because it is in my acrostic next week. So that you already know. It goes there. The next one is a stitch in a tie. This was the Guinea Pigs card. Superstars Max Color, artwork by Amy Stewart and charted by Heaven Earth Designs. Also a famous one. I'm stitching this on 28 count. Even weave, easy guide. And I saw the start photo for this. It was 12,630 stitches. 1.77%. So, and here is how it looks now. I filled in on the, is it a door? No, a gate. Here, I filled here. It was 100 stitches. Yeah, the edge of the window. Yes. So that's how it looks now. Percentage is 12,730 stitches and 1.78%. So that can go in your bin. Almost done with memory. Then we have Horror Santa. Yeah, I call him Horror Santa. It's a kit I'm stitching for a hobby do-it-yourself, a shop in the Netherlands. And where is my start photo? It's a Luca S kit. It's not called Horror Santa, I call him that way. It's called Santa and Pressies. It's this one. And I call it Horror Santa because of the metallic floss. Metallic floss, yeah. And the start photo is here. It was a 200 stitches. Yeah, it was a set. 200 stitches on this one. And here is a start photo. Maybe I can open it a bit closer. Because I'm stitching it like this now. It's on 16 count Ada. 2/1 with Luca S floss. So I filled here that part in from the gift. Yeah. Still a bit to go. And why the metallic floss isn't fun to stitch with? Why? You see this? It's one strand, but I have to split it in 4. It's 8. It has 8 strands in it, and I have to split it in 4. And then it gets nothing. And even with the wax, I have to use short lengths. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. So that was that one. And the percentage for this one is now 75.37%, 24,420. And then the last one for the memory game was Tiger Family in the Jungle, Super Size Max Color. Artwork by Jan Patrick Krasny. Dizzy Stitcher is stitching this one too. Cheryl too on Facebook. I don't think she has a Flosstube channel. I saw more people stitching this one than I really expected. It's fun. Yeah, the start photo for this one. It was for 100 stitches. I think it's under it. Looking for photos can take long. 5th. I have so much photos on my phone. Which date is this? 30 September, it's later. Yeah, this was a start photo with 31,310 stitches. It's on 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross, and this has now 100 stitches added. And I think it was on top. I think it was here. Yeah, I added the blue leaf here and then I worked that way. So this is a full view now. It has 4 fully pages finished. Now. Oh. Then that was all for memory from this week. I did them all. So my weekly acrostic was fully done. My temperature treasures was fully done. And memory game was also fully completed. Then I will talk about Animal Kingdom. Amazing Animal Kingdom, my Focus Master Rip masterpiece. It's this one, charted by Heaven Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. Yeah, I've seen it a lot. And I stitched this week 1,200 stitches on it. 1,100 stitches. It's on 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross. This was my starting photo. Maybe I can. This was a piece I had to do. And I did it. I have another page finish. This is page finish 31 for this year. And it's my 12th page finish on this one. But for this year I added 8 pages. So now I can show you the full, because I had to replace the frame. And I love this one. My oldest son said, now you can start the other corner and go back to the middle. But then I'm afraid that I will miscount and I can't reach this, or I can't match it. So here is how it looks now. It looks amazing. So this was my last page. So yeah, it is a bit more, the page ending is like the threads are struggling. How will I show you? The page ending is like here above the page part, but I stitched this extra because I like it's a full block. So even it's a bigger page, but okay. So one more time. Can you take a picture when I hold it up? So you can see it in the camera and maybe she can take a photo. Daar. Zal het goed zijn met licht? It's now 92,900 stitches and 12%. Okay. 12.16%. Yeah, maybe I will hold it this way. Het is nu schuin.
Ja.
Probeer het zo dan. Voor de foto. Zo beter?
Wat?
Nee.
Ja.
Is het goed? Ja, a bit of pause. Yeah, the photo looks great. So I will put that one on Instagram. See? The photo looks great. So today I thought maybe I will have the 100,000 milestone this year on this whip. So now I have to continue on this page. And this page is the middle page of the whole row. So yay. But it's only green, blue and green. That's not great. But okay, yeah. And with this whip, I have a game attached. Like I said, magical beasts I added to this one. We'll put them here for now. And first of all, my saving shopping. Where is that piece? Ah, here. Saving shopping is this one. The first idea was when I have these stitches done, I will get this chart from the cross stitch for everyone. But then it was sale, so I bought it, and now I will start it when I have all these stitches done. So what did I do? I kitted up fictively this chart. So I needed 80 skins of floss, a chart of course, and fabric. And it has 9,700 stitches. I had to adjust these one. I think the fabric, it is now 9,700. No, the chart is now 700 stitches and the fabric was 1,000 stitches. So I added 1,200 stitches, so 11 skins. So now I have, how much was it? 51? Yeah. Now I'm at 51 skins of floss of the 80. And then I have these boxes for the fabric and the chart. No, on the other way. So chart the fabric. So yeah, still a bit to go, but it's progress. It was more than last week. Yeah, I think last week I only had 250 stitches. So it works. And of course the game works. The game. Magical Beasts. It is a board game from Harry Potter. That was my I would say my experience, but no. My inspiration. That was the word that I was looking for. But then, in my Facebook group, I added a list. I made cards. I added 9 more beasts to search for. The board game has 6 beasts to search for, and I have now 12, 15, 15, yeah, 15, I was wrong, 15 animals, creatures effect. So what did I do? I made this. You can find this in my Facebook group too. So these 6 are from the board game. These are the photos and the combination they need to have found him. So like the Acromantula, it says color black, size giant, location Asia, and class 5. So what do you do? What do? I stitch 100 stitches for the classification to the class, 150 stitches for the color, 200 stitches for the location card, and 250 stitches for the size. So I did that, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards this week. So I will go over them. So let's say the first card I had was worldwide. And I made a list also in a PDF. And then I marked all the worldwides. To search one of these creatures is the same of the other cards, but in a list. To search when I have a full combination, a full row. So like I have 2 options even. Yeah. See? If I have Europe, I can have the mountain troll. If I have the classification of 3, then I have the duck bog, I think. So what I do, all the cards I had. So I had 4 worldwide, gray, green, large, and very small. So all these cards I had, I marked in all the possible ways. So all the large, all the very smalls, all the classifications of 4, and now I can just have to see, okay, where can I have an easily match? So like I said, it's this one or this one now. So when I have, let's say, level 3, I have found the duck bog. It was the bog. And then I restart over. But then I have earned this creature, and these cards you can collect in an album. I also have the rules explained on my group. So written, because some said it wasn't clear to them, so I tried to explain it again, written. And I hope this helps too. So yeah, that was Magical Beasts. Then the next game was Cluedo, Clue, and then Monopoly. Yeah. I will first talk about Clue. Yeah, we call it Cluedo, in English it's Clue. So my list. It is a game I saw at the Flosstube channel, The Crow Stitcher. I will link it below too. It was in fact her idea, but then I started it and then I restarted it and now it works. My oldest son had to pull a murder, a weapon, and a room, and then I pull and I do the stitches that is on my cards. On that, the room is my whip. So let's say I had to do last week the Tiger Lily room. Was it this one? Nope. So I had this last week. Miss Scarlet, 150 stitches. With the revolver, 125. And the Tiger Lily room. So I had to stitch 275 stitches on Tiger Lily. Where is he? Here. Tiger Lily is a chart from Pin Free Crafts. And it's artwork by Laurie Prindle. And charted by Sarah, of course. It's this one. Cal Stitches is this stitching this one too. I will link her below. I need to write it down. So that is a cover photo. As a kit, so also with DMC floss. What was my start photo? It was a little corner. Where's my phone? Was it here? No, not here. Maybe I forgot to take one. I stitched recently on it, so nope, that was Halloween. Almost there, I think. Yep, found it. 320 stitches was the first start photo with 0.25%. Just a corner. And now I have I had to do 275 stitches, but it added to I rounded up to 300 stitches. So now it's 620 stitches and 0.48%. Now it looks like this. It's the right top corner. See, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Yeah. So when I did that, I had to pull another round of cards. But because it was nothing right, I still have to search for the weapon, the murderer, and the room. Then I pulled, what was the next one? Professor Plum. I will put it here because this is his place. Then I pulled Professor Plum with the rope on magic roses. So 200 stitches for Professor Plum, 200 stitches for the rope, and this was the rope. So 400 stitches on magic roses. And no, nothing was correct. Again. Magic Roses is a chart from Heaven Earth Designs. Artwork by Genovia Art. This is Max Color. And what was my starting photo? I stitched that yesterday. I had this part. 1441 stitches. I'm stitching this on 28 count even weave 1/1 full cross with royal embroidery floss. So I had to add 400 stitches and I did. Here it is. I worked here and there. Yeah, this will work a bit. See? So it has grown again thanks to glue. Then today I pulled new cards. I didn't stitch them of course yet because I just pulled them. Today I pulled Mr. Green with the lead pipe in the Rose Library. And now I know the Rose Library is correct. So all what I need to pull is murderers and weapons until I find these. So this whip will get lots of progress until I find that. That was glue. I will put this back in the envelope. So can you put these back in the, not the room. Rose Library stays out. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then the favorite game of all, Monopoly. We love to play it together. We are getting there. We'll put that there. A bit of reorganization. Yep. I will first now show what I have stitched on for this week's round, and then we will see the spin of the rolls for this week and the whips for next week. Yeah. So, where is my book? I need my book. Oh. I had to do 200 stitches of Romeo and Juliet. I need my book because I wrote everything down. But was for my youngest son, he was the gummy bear token. Yeah. He was on Mies, landed 100 stitches for him and 100 stitches for my husband. So it was 200 stitches this week. To Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet is a kit from Nebraska. Where is the photo? It's this one. It's a gorgeous piece. It's 60 count 8, I think. Or 18. 16 or 18 count. Does it say on the 16 count 8? Do I have a photo for that one? I think so. Yeah. It's a paper chart, as I don't have any numbers for it. So, well, it's this. That was a starting photo, and now I had added. Where's my list? Gone. Stitches? Yeah, 200 stitches. So this is a full size now. And I worked here, that part. Maybe I can put it behind. See? It was block stitching this time, but okay. And a bit of the cat, his ear. So that was for Monopoly 1. Then the next one was Menagerie Paradise. Because my daughter bought Lilo. And it was the first side, so 100 stitches. And she has the love token. Menagerie, as I said, is a kit from Boti Threads, and I was stitching on the eye. And the artwork is by Rachel Frout. It's this one. Starting photo, I have seen here too. This was the starting photo. No, this wasn't the start. This was the ending photo. Yeah, then I don't have the end. No, I don't have the starting then. Now with me. But this was the ending photo. And it's this one. See, his eye was now filled in. And it was 100 stitches. It's printed fabric. It came with the kit. 14 count Ada. So yeah, that's that. I thought it was a start photo, so I missed. It can happen. Then we have Daydream Tigers. It's a chart from Charting Creations. Charted by Charting Creations and artwork by Sheena Pike. It's a large version. It's this one. And I needed to do 100 stitches for my oldest son. He is the mushroom token and he landed on streepje. He is still in his first round, so it was 100 stitches because he can't buy anything yet. And this was my starting photo. I worked here on the top. You will see it in a bit. It's 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross and CXC floss. So I worked here. A bit lower so you can see the rest. Yeah. It's great charting. One of my favorite pieces too. And I have to stitch on it today for memory too. So die mag daarbij. Voila. Then my turns of my rolls. I had 4 and I had to stitch 100 stitches on Phantom of the Masquerade because I landed on stitch. My token is the yellow teardrop. It was a new start too. That was fun. This is the chart. Phantom of the Masquerade. It's artwork by Melissa Down and charted by Heaven Earth Designs. Sammy G Stitches is stitching the mini version of this one. Yeah, she stitches this one as a daily 120th at home. And it's only 100 stitches, so it's just one block. And it was one color, so that went quickly. See? Oh, it is that way, but still it's just one block of 33.71. Yeah, it's okay. It is a start. And Monopoly called it that way. Then I had to roll again, and then I landed on Shadow. And it needed 100 stitches on Nightcat, artwork by Barrett Biggers. That is this one. Charted by Paint Free Crafts. I'm still in the background, so no ear to see yet. I have a start photo, but it's not really important, it's just white. I added 100 stitches, I think. 104. It's now 915 stitches and 0.33%. So only that. Yeah. And the color I think is beige. Beige? Yeah. So that was all the stitching for this week. So I did a lot. I did 6,100, no, that's for next week. 6,127 stitches this week, which is a lot. So now you will see the Monopoly dice rolls we did now for this week. Then I will see you back in a bit to show the whips for Monopoly, yeah, for next week, and acrostic whips, and a bit of investments. So I see you in a bit. Hello everyone, we are today here together for a new round of Monopoly, and the youngest son can throw first. He is doubles. He is a gummy bear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He is on radja and doubles, so he can throw again. Radja. Yep. And that was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A card. I hope you can see it. You will help Hagrid to take care of the creatures 200 stitches on Mystical Forest. So that was the card. I will write it down first. And then his turn is done. Then is my daughter her turn. She is the love sign. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is visiting in the jail. The whips I will talk about later when I show them. Then my oldest son, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Chook chook. And then another roll. 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Shadow. That was 3, eh? Then it's my turn. Where am I? Ah, here. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A card. Oh, Sam helps Bobby from hell to heaven, stitch 200 stitches on Free Spirit. And that's a new start. So you already know that.
Yay!
So 200 stitches, Free Spirit.
Yippee!
And then that 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Milou. But now I'm thinking. Ah, you didn't buy anything. Yeah. So that's where we are.
Tot later!
See you later in a bit with the whips.
See you later.
So now you have seen the rules, and now I will explain the whips. Maybe I can show you all. It's because she's never seen on the camera yet. Lonneke. Mag ik je pakken? Heb dat niet gedaan. Ah, she's like grumpy. But here's all. Look at her. Oh. Yeah, now you saw her. Oh, well. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
She bumped the thread. What I wanted to say. Monopoly. There's a bit of a change there. Last week I made a board with focus whips that I want to stitch on. But there were whips there that weren't in Monopoly. And with my acrostic, it will take ages to get through those. So I decided to make a list for each player with whips. So let's say my daughter landed on free visit, and each free visit I have another whip. My two sons, my husband and she, we have all our whips for free visit now, as example. I'm not going to make a new video to show all of those whips because five lists. I kept the one I showed in the video for myself, and I made 4 more lists, and it was like 32 whips, so that would be 128 whips to show, and I'm not going to do that. You will see them when we play. So yeah. The first roll was my youngest son. He is the gummy bear. He rolled a 12 and we landed on radja. Radja is for him his list. Space. Yeah, space cats. I think it's here. Here. Yeah. It's charted by Charting Creations. And artwork is by Jenny Newland. The title is Space with Sally and Judith. It's this one. I started it maybe 2 years ago, but I didn't work after that anymore on it. So it's great. This one is called now 400 stitches. It's not much, but it will get progress. Progress is progress. It's on 25 count even weave. And I think it's that way. So it's just background. See? Maybe 200 stitches now. So this one. And then he rolled again. He landed on the Harry Potter card. That was 200 stitches on Mystical Forest. Yes, that one. Oh, no. This. Mystical Forest from the Cross Stitch Studio. Charted by Betsy. It's a fantasy artwork. It's this gorgeous piece. 800 by 800 is the size. So 640,000 stitches, but okay. It was 200 stitches for the card, and my oldest son also 100 stitches. So it will be 300 stitches on this one. And this is the huge fabric. The starting photo or starting point. Yeah, 25 count. Even weave 1/1 full cross world broderie again. It's more confetti, so this one will take it out. Will take a bit to get it done. Then my daughter had visiting jail. She had 4 rolls, and her visiting jail is Floral Elegance. Artwork by Jose E. de Rosa. It's a max size and the max color. And it's charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And it's visiting jail, so 200 stitches needed. 25 count even weave again. And this is just background, I think. So that was that. I will also link in the description box what we all have rolled, so if you play along, so you can know which token has how many stitches to do. There's a lot of options that you can do to play along. So then my oldest son had rolled 12, landed on Chenook. We call her Chuk Chuk too. was Honestitch's Mystical Forest, which you just saw. And then he rolled the tree and landed on Shadow. And Shadow is a snow globe. It's a kit from Paint Free Crafts. A lovely kit. It's this one. Artwork by Adrian Chesterman. And this is a supersized version. I started it last year, I think in December. This is huge. I'm not going to stitch all the white. Nope, not gonna happen. So 100 stitches on this one. This is the start. The top of the globe. It's pretty nice. It's with DMC stitched. But look, the fabric. How big. It's a tablecloth. So yeah, that's what you see next week again. Then we have myself, Free Spirit. That was the snow globe. Oh, yeah. The zipper broke. So I rolled a 7. I had a card. Supernatural card. Yeah. And I had Free Spirit. So this is a new start from Luca S. I will probably start in the right top corner, so it will be only blue. And that was 200 stitches. All the calls for material, so 60 count Ada. It's gridded this time. Check, it's gridded. Yeah. And then my husband rolled, and he had 5. He landed on Milou. He still can't buy anything. So his whip for Milou was Blue Flowers Girl from Lanard. It's a kit. And this one needs 100 stitches too. It's on a kind of linen. Yeah, it says 32 count, but it seems like less. I don't know. It's very stiff. This is my starting point. See, it's very... This is where I am now. So 100 stitches on that one. Even, look, the fabric stays the same. It's that stiff that you just can up and it stays. Not my favorite fabric, but yeah, I couldn't swap it because I don't know if I could just use Eva weave, and then they said it's just better to take what's in the kit, so I did, but not my favorite fabric. And also thing with this one is you have colored what was it? Colored background, but I don't know anymore for what. Was it for half stitches or blends, or would need to check that again. It doesn't say here. Maybe here. Let's just take a look. Yeah, it's blue. See, you have 2 colored symbols. You have the yellow blocks, then it's a blend. It was that. And the blues are full crosses, but with one thread instead of 2. And you also have 1 thread of half crosses. So that is really complicated too. And no, it doesn't work in Petty Keeper either because of the colors. The red one is better. The I Hold Roses. It doesn't look complicated as that. And then we have the acrostic for next week. So as I said, the 3 for my children I showed you in the beginning of the video. I will not take them out now again. But these 3 continue. Then the word was diamond. So I had for the first D, Dragon's Artist. I think it's the 5th time I try to start this one. This is from the new start list. Yeah, it's this one. Paint Free Crafts is the charting company, and Nini Thomas is the artist. And DMS Crafty Vortex is stitching this one too. She started here on the dragon and it looks amazing. I'm still not certain if I will start here or I will start here. Right or left? My daughter says again the dragon. So left. Yeah. Yeah, we will see. It's just 25 count either week. So that was from the new start list. Then I have the information for cruising the information highway. I will just pop the photo. It's my oldest son. Zwip. It's this one because it's in the title. Information. Then we have the A for Amy Stewart for coloring book. That's this one for my daughter. And the M, the cat. I have Flower Crown Maine Coon as kit for this week. It's also a Lanard kit. It's this one. I have her sister on my wall, and it was in the finished parade too. That was the ragdoll. Yeah. And I still want to see progress on this one. It's on a Eva weave. It's very soft. It's her eye I have done. And you just saw wall. She's looking like this. See? Here. Here. She is in the background. She looks dark in there, but she isn't dark. And this is the starting point for this one. 300 stitches needed. It will look great. Yeah. Then for the O, I have Once Upon a Fairy Tale. You saw that before too. And it will have a page finish, I think. Then. I hope so. That we can continue in with page finishes. They are also an addiction, page finishes. Yeah, that was this one. For the O. And that night at the circus, you saw also. I'll put it here. That was the one for my youngest son. It's this one. Also 300 stitches. And then the last one is also for my youngest son, Dino. Here. I still need to choose fabric for this one. It's a new start from the non-for-coverage kits. Yeah. 300 stitches. So yeah. I'm not sure which color I will use yet. Then I only have to show my investments, I think. Ah no, I forgot one for Clue. The Rose Library first. It is a pattern from Unconventional X Stitch From the artist is Ivy Dollamore. It's this one, and this whip will keep growing because it is the room for glue, as I said. So until I find the murderer and the weapon, it's only on this whip I have to stitch. Yeah, this is my starting point. It's the right top with the box. I think 2 or 300 stitches. Yeah. Then we will see how much we need to do before I solve my murder mystery. So, yeah. Then that was all for next week. And the investments. There. With what I will start first. First I will start with these. Julie from Silver Stitches sent me a message and he said, I had to think about you because when I saw this chart, it's someone you have to stitch, something you have to stitch. And I answered her, I have already a lot to stitch. And then she said, yeah, but it's always place for one more. So yeah, I bought them. This one she sent me, I don't have titles. It was just like Cat 11 on the file. So it's from an Etsy shop, Tidy Patterns. It's more a sampler version, but I like it. So it started with this one and I ended up at 3. Then I saw that one. I love this one too, also on Tidy Patterns, mandala style. And this. She's stunning, yes. Also from Tidy Patterns. And when you buy 3 charts, you can use the code, the coupon code, get 30, and then you get 30% discount. So if you want something from there, and I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, it was like 25% discount already too. Not sure for how long, but you can check it out. It's on Etsy. Then Sharon from Fun with Cross Stitch from the group and the Flosstube channel. I will link her below too. They also do the Safari game. But then 2 weeks ago they showed 30 patterns that was up for sale. Yeah, to sell, yeah. But then my youngest son was watching with me the video and he fell in love with the dinosaur. This one. It's 15 Australian dollar each. Yeah. So he picked that one. And then this week it popped up on my Facebook feed and yeah, I had to get these 2. This was Halloween Tiger. 250 by 250 and it has 125 colors. But look at that. It will definitely go in one of my temperature replacements. When? I don't know. But this didn't came alone. And it's also 15 Australian dollar. A thing you have to know, it works at Pattern Keeper, but you have to insert all the DMC numbers yourself. It is a huge task to do. This is Trick or Treat Cat. Yeah. I saw it more like a monster, but okay. It's called Trick or Treat Cat. And it's 300 by 300 stitches and design size, and the actual pattern size is 288 by 287 and 138 colors. Yeah. It was a huge task to get them in pattern keeper. Then you probably will have heard about the fire that happened at Unconventional X-Stitch. The owner lost her house, her workplace, yes, where she kitted and made needle minders, so she also posted she can't return for a year already to her home. And there is a GoFundMe something happening, but the other stitchers are just selling patterns too, because the owner thought she would lose her artist because she can't pay them. But as we keep going to buy patterns, she can. So that's good. I bought 3 to support her. First one is Everyday Witch Familiar, the cat. It's a cat. Again. It's 309 by 450 stitches. All size. And artwork is by Elizabeth Alba. Then we have Eye of the Tiger. It's an art stock image, 233 by 270 size. She has also more dark and art you don't see a lot. And then I had to get this one too, Sweet Isabella. It's artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And this one I wanted because my daughter and youngest son will have a costume party thing at school, and they will go like her, the Dias de los Muertos, and she is dressed like this now, so she will show you her yourself. Go, so you can see her dress. She's coming, but you will see that's her dress. And it has here also the skulls. Yeah. And this, see the face and her mask. Yeah. See? It's now short, but she will have a legging or something under it. It's just now because she's at home. So, that was everything for this week. It was a lot. Again, 2 hours almost. So, if you liked what you saw, hit the bell, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I always answer. If you have questions, you can also put them as a comment or message me on Instagram, Facebook. You will find me on my group. Yeah, then it's just the quote, I think. No, the quote. With small steps, big progress, huge happiness. And see, it works because now I have already 31 page finishes this year. So yeah, happy stitching. I hope you get a lot of stitching done this week too. And for myself too. So I will see you next week. Bye.